Welcome back to the third part of Word Chapter 3, creating a business letter with a letterhead and table. In this portion, the final portion, we'll be covering how to put in or insert a table. Tables are awesome things because they can really help you format a document to exactly the way you want it to look. Many people try to do it other ways using their tab keys and things like that, but tables can be awesome and save you a lot of time and a lot of headaches in formatting. So let's get right to it. First thing you need to do is you need to figure out how many columns and rows you need in a table. Columns are the things that go up and down, and rows go left and right. So to insert a table, you want to click on Insert, the Insert tab, and you will see where it says Table. All right, you click down, click that drop arrow, and it gives you a big grid. And depending on how many columns and rows you want, so in other words, for our purposes right now, I'm going to use 4 columns. So I'm going to start there, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 columns, and I'm going to do, let's say 5. Well, let's do 4 rows. So 4 columns by 4 rows. All right. Now, if you wanted to do something different, something bigger, you can click the Insert Table right here, and that will give you this, and you can go a lot bigger, a lot smaller, whatever you want to do. Okay. But for me, I just need to do this, and I want to do a 4 by 4. All right, 4 by 4 right there, and there you go. You just click wherever you want it once it's selected, and there's your table, all fine and good, all inserted. Okay. Now, once you have it inserted, you'll notice up on top, your ruler kind of changes a little bit. Okay. Basically, it gives you the sections of each of the columns. Okay. And just like that, just the same as on the left hand side, it gives you the sections of the rows right there. All right. Now, how do you get around a table? You can use your arrows. You can use your tab key. You can use your enter key. An enter key will automatically actually put a extra line in there, or you can just use your mouse and click in whatever box you want. Okay. A lot of times I prefer using the arrow keys. It makes it just a little bit easier, but again, that is a personal preference type deal. Okay. Now, when you see the little marks right there, those little circles, that's the end of a cell. It's kind of like the end of a paragraph type deal, but it's a end of the cell. So no big deal there. Putting information into the table is as simple as just typing. You click in the box and you type. So if I wanted to put Wilmington High School in the first 3 boxes, I just did that. Now if you want to format the words or anything on your own, you can just select the words and go to your home and format it that way. That is fine and dandy. There's also table styles. Table styles kind of add a little predefined flair to it, and that is up here. You click the little more button right there, and you get all these different table styles, and there is a lot of them. You can actually scroll down and there's more towards the bottom. Okay, so there is a bunch of different table styles. I'm actually going to choose this purple one here just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And there you go. The heading, the row heading right here, excuse me, or column heading, sorry, this would be the column heading going across the top, is dark purple, and then the row headings are dark purple also. Those basically define what those boxes are. These boxes, an individual box, are called cells. Okay, so each cell contains text and information. Okay, and you can just enter data as however you see fit. If I'm entering numbers in there or whatever, 254, and you can enter whatever you want. If I want to enter information or text, you can do that. Okay, and that's how basically a table works. Now, a couple other things. You can do shading into a table. I'm actually going to put in another table down here so I can show you guys a little bit more. We'll just do a quick one right there. I can do shading. So in other words, maybe I want just one of those cells blue. Maybe I want 2 of those cells to be red. All right, so you can do shading like that just by selecting them. You can merge cells, which is kind of cool. I'm selecting those 2 cells. I'm going to layout up here, and there's an option that says merge cells. Basically what that does is it takes 2 cells, I click that, and it becomes 1 cell. All right, which is kind of cool. I can also split a cell. So in other words, I can select 1 cell and I want to split it. how many rows or columns do I want in that cell. I still want to keep it as one row, but I want to make it 2 columns. Click OK. So now all of a sudden that's 2 columns. All right, so you can do a lot of different things with it. If you want to insert another one, again, that would be under layout. You can go insert below, above, insert left, or insert right, depending on what you want to do. So it's kind of cool. This is also under layout where you can decide how you want your text. All right, you can see top left, top center, top right, center center, center left, center right, and then the bottom. So you can also change the text direction a little bit. All right, if I click that, basically text will go up and down instead of left to right. All right, so that's kind of cool. You guys can play around with that when you have time. All right, let's see what else about cells. Oh, you have borders. Okay, so if you go to back to design, you can do different kinds of borders. All right, no borders. If you want to do like diagonal lines within the cell, there's a bunch of different stuff you can do. Okay. Let's see what else. Oh, if you want to shrink it, so in other words, we'll go back up to this first one. Excuse me. If I want to shrink it to auto fit to the size, basically I would click on the layout, see where it says auto fit, and I want auto fit contents. So it will automatically shrink to the size in each column of the biggest cell, which is kind of cool because then it saves some space. If I want to center this table in the middle of the paper, I would select the whole thing by clicking that select all button right there, that little button that pops up. You click that and go to my home screen and click center, and it centers the whole table. Okay, I talked about inserting a row. If I wanted to insert a row, I can go there. I can also right click and it will, if I'm not on something that's spelled wrong, it will also give me insert, and it'll give me the options of above, below. So if I wanted to go below, it'll give me another one. So you can also right click to insert along with going to the layout contextual tab and doing it that way. So I went over merging cells, I went over splitting cells, adding text. That's pretty much about it about tables. This was a quick little video. Tables, like I said, are a wonderful thing. Helps you do different things and helps you organize things in different ways. So hopefully this video will give you a little bit more of an insight into tables. Again, as always, if you have any questions, please ask your neighbor, read the book, or go ahead and raise your hand or email, and Mr. Meissen will try to help you as much as possible. That's about it for Word Chapter 3. Hopefully you now have a grasp on creating a business letter with a letterhead and table. Thanks very much.